post, she didn't even talk about the situation directly. But Remy Ma said one sentence that left everyone in shock. "You can give someone the world, and they'll still look for more." And just like that, she ended the live. Mic drop. Nobody knew who it was about, Papoose, Claressa, maybe even Easy. But the timing, the way she said it, the quiet sadness in her voice, it didn't sound like shade. It sounded like heartbreak wrapped in strength. Then things took a turn. Right after her live ended, fans noticed something else. Papoose had posted too. Not a story, not a selfie, just a single sentence on his feed. Grateful for peace. And that was it. Now it felt like a silent war had begun. This was no longer just about relationships. This was about image, power. Who would come out looking better? Remy's message felt like she had been betrayed. Papoose's caption sounded like he was free. Claressa? Quiet? Easy? He started reposting edits of him and Remy like they were some new couple from reality TV. Then the footage leaked. A behind-the-scenes video from the Power 106 event showed Claressa and Papoose offstage. They were laughing, standing close, too close. It didn't look like they were doing it for the cameras. It looked familiar, like two people who had spent time around each other before. It wasn't exactly romantic, but it wasn't just friendly either. That's when people started saying what they were all thinking. This wasn't some quick rebound. This wasn't petty. This wasn't even for show anymore. This looked like two people who had already been growing close, quietly. While everyone else argued online, these two had been building something real. Now that something had a face, a name, a caption, a public rollout. But what no one expected was how the culture reacted. Because this wasn't just gossip. This hit deep. Papoose wasn't just a rapper. For years, he was the face of loyalty. He stood by Remy through her prison sentence, through her comeback, through everything. He was known as the definition of black love. So for fans to suddenly see him with someone new, no matter how respectful it looked, it felt like something sacred broke. Clips from old interviews started going viral. Anniversary videos, birthday posts, sweet surprises, like when he gave her that forever necklace on stage. And now, forever felt like it was over. But was it? Because nobody actually knew if Remy and Papoose had split officially. No divorce papers, no real statement. Just unfollowing, rumors, and silence. And the internet? It lives off silence. TikTok detectives got to work. Side-by-side videos. Breakdowns of Remy posting with Easy, then Claressa with Papoose, then Remy's live, then Papoose's post. Fans became full-time investigators, matching outfits, checking timestamps, tracking background details. Still, none of the four had made a real statement, and that made things worse. When people don't get answers, they make up their own. And those theories? They started getting wild. Some said Remy and Claressa were actually friends before. Others claimed Easy and Papoose had tension after being booked at the same event. One person even said all four were seen at the same restaurant 2 months ago. No proof, just vibes. Then it really exploded. A direct message leaked, allegedly from two people in the industry. It claimed Claressa and Papoose had been quietly seeing each other and only went public after Remy posted Easy. Out of respect. That sentence hit hard. Because if that was true, this wasn't just heartbreak. It was a battle. A series of quiet moves. A love chess game. It meant Papoose didn't just move on. He watched, waited, and then made his move with intention. And if you thought that was messy, just wait for part 3. Because whether that message was real or not, the damage was done. The internet. Didn't need facts, just permission. Now people weren't just curious, they were picking sides. Some were saying Remy betrayed Papoose. Others claimed Papoose was being manipulative and using Claressa to control the story. Easy's fans said, Remy finally found someone who truly saw her. Claressa's supporters said she didn't ask to be in anyone's drama. She's her own woman. Let her live. It was loud. It was messy. But through all the noise, one question rose above the rest. What if this wasn't revenge at all? What if Papoose wasn't trying to get back at Remy? What if Remy wasn't trying to one-up him? What if they were both just done? Let me know if you want part 3, where everything fully unravels, because that's when the real truth starts to show. I can give you the final part, or go deeper on Remy and Easy or Papoose and Claressa. Hold up, this drama just got real. Right when we thought the internet couldn't take any more mess after Remy Ma apparently said yes to an Instagram proposal from Easy the Block Captain, boom, out came Papoose. And no, not peaceful, healing. Papoose sipping tea and minding his business. We're talking silent but deadly Papoose. He posted a photo with none other than Claressa Shields. Yes, the Olympic boxer and self-proclaimed knockout Barbie, with a love song playing in the background. No caption, no explanation, just her and him, standing very close. The song? Faith Evans' I Love You. Then Claressa reposted it. Yep. She doubled down. So now everybody's asking, was that random? Or was this Papoose's most subtle, smooth, and savage response ever? Because if you thought Easy's birthday love letter to Remy was spicy, this right here turned it into a full-blown love triangle showdown. The timelines are cooked, screenshots flying, anonymous sources with fake names everywhere. Let's rewind a little. Remy Ma shared Easy the Block Captain's very romantic birthday message, like deep poetic vibes. He called her his mirror, his piece, his I owe you everything person. It was not a casual birthday post. It read like a proposal, and Remy reposted it. No corrections, no we're just friends. Nothing. Just silence. Which on the internet is a confirmation. And then 2 days later, Papoose drops that photo with Claressa Shields. Again, no caption. Just the song I Love You. Claressa leans in, glowing, smiling, and he reposts her story too. The whole internet lost it. Comments were wild. Twitter threads were endless. TikToks dropped back to back. Some called Papoose petty. Others said it was the classiest clapback ever. But either way, everyone agreed. It wasn't random. It was a quiet message that hit hard. Now let's talk about Claressa. She's used to headlines, but this kind of headline? A different story. And when people tried to come for her, she shut it down fast. Someone posted an old photo of her with Papoose trying to stir up rumors. She quickly responded, I was 15 in that picture. Stop playing with me. Period. She didn't have to say anything, but she did, which only made her post with Papoose feel louder. Let's not ignore the song. Choice either. I Love You isn't some random background track. It's a classic, a statement. You only pick that song if you're trying to say something deep without using words. And Papoose knew exactly what he was doing. He's always been all about love and loyalty. He's written entire verses praising Remy when she was in jail. So posting a woman with that song? That's not light. That's a shift. Fans started digging. This wasn't the first time Papoose and Claressa were seen together. People pulled up photos from events, smiles backstage, little glances. Suddenly, timelines were being pieced together like a true crime doc. Was it new? Was it already happening behind the scenes? No one really knew, but what was clear is this wasn't out of nowhere. Then, right after all this started blowing up, Remy posted something too, no photos. Just a black screen on her Instagram story with white text that read, "Loyalty is a choice. Silence is protection. Real love doesn't need validation." Boom. Another bomb. People went crazy trying to decode it. Was it about Papoose? Claressa? Herself? Nobody knew, but everybody had a theory, and that's when fans noticed something big. Remy had unfollowed Claressa. No drama, no tweet, just unfollowed her quietly. And listen, celebs don't just accidentally hit unfollow in the middle of a public mess. That was a move. A digital line in the sand. So here we are. Remy reposted Easy's love message. Papoose posted Claressa with a love song. Claressa reposted it. Remy unfollowed Claressa. The internet? In complete chaos. But that was just the beginning. After the unfollow, things started getting real. Anonymous messages started leaking. Gossip pages claimed to have DMs. One friend of a friend said Remy was blindsided. Another said Papoose had been done with the marriage for months. Someone else swore Claressa and Papoose were quietly getting close back in spring. And then a gossip page dropped a voice note from someone claiming to be close to Papoose. The woman in the clip said, "He'd been off that marriage. He just didn't make it messy like Remy did. He kept it classy." That's when the internet went wild. People took sides. Some said Remy played herself. Others cheered for Claressa like she won the championship again. And brands? They started backing away. The money started getting nervous. Then, Claressa's PR team announced she'd be stepping back from certain public appearances to focus on training. No drama, just a quiet exit. But the timing? Super suspicious. Just days after her and Papoose's post went viral, she suddenly goes low-key.